Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Woodpeckers Deep Dive. My name's Jeff Farris. Welcome to the Woodpeckers Model Shop. Today, we're going to take a closer look at Woodpeckers Sharpening System. It's a one-time tool that is available for order right now. So I want to show you a couple of things that are different about the new model compared to the old one, and I want to show you how to set it up and use it. And I'm also going to give you some ideas on how to set up a bench stone holder that works perfectly with our sharpening system. Okay, let's get started. Now, my buddy Jay Mouter did a video on Instagram last week when the sharpening system went on sale, and he did it with one of the newer units. And we had some questions come up, and that is these black tires on the wheels. The very first generation of our sharpening system did not have those tires on the wheels. And a lot of people were confused because the pictures on our website and in most of the videos about the sharpening system do not show the tires. They show the original wheels that are solid brass. So the question is, what are you going to get? Well, the answer is simple. This is the newer design. Everything that's going to ship out on an order is going to have the tires on it. What the tires do, the brass wheels on some types of grindstones, not all, but a few, the brass wheels were leaving brass residue on the grindstones. So what these black tires do for us is eliminate those marks on your bench stones. Okay, the tires elevate it just enough that that brass is not wearing on your honing stones. Also, there's been some questions about how long those tires last. Well, those are very, very tough, but they're also very, very generic. That is a -907 Buna-in O-ring. Very easy to find. You can get a package of 100 of them for about $5. And they're very easy to slip on. When you buy the sharpening system, you don't get just one set, you get a couple sets in the package. If you ever wear those out, they're readily available anywhere in the country. Okay, now let's take a look at the stone base. Now, Will Gibbs, a new guy on our staff, built this. It's a really, really nice holder for bench stones. What we're using here are the Shapton Japanese water stones, and we're big fans of those. We sell them. We think they're very, very good, but you could make this for any kind of water stones. Basically, it's a piece of 3/4 inch plywood, and he's made strips that are 1/8 of an inch thick and 1/2 inch wide, and laid out the outlines for the stones that he has. Now, you could do the same thing with 1/4 inch plywood if you can't find 1/8 inch ply. It'd be very easy to do this in 1/4, and you've got plenty of depth. Then on the end, he has laminated a piece of leather on there as a honing strop. And then this morning, I added a cleat to it. So instead of having to clamp it down, that cleat actually can come up against the edge of your workbench and keep it right in place. And if you've got a bench with a vise, you can just clamp it like this, and now it's not going anywhere. So it's an excellent setup when you're working with water stones. Don't make it out of anything fancy because there's going to be a lot of water around here. It isn't going to last forever. You're going to have to remake it. So just make it out of whatever you've got laying around. Now, I know this has been covered in a couple other videos, but I want to go through the procedure with you on how to set up and use Woodpeckers Sharpening System, because it's very straightforward and very easy when you have the complete system. First, we're going to take a chisel. This is a dovetail chisel, and I believe we're going to find that is a 25-degree bevel angle. So let's just check that, slide that in there like this, and yep, that's a 25. In our sharpening angle fixture, we're going to unlock this and move this till it lines up with 25, and there's a pin that drops into a hole to make sure you're right on the money. So we're going to take that, we're going to drop the pin in place and lock it up. Now we're going to take the sharpening guide, we're going to put that on upside down, and we're going to put the chisel bevel up and slide that until it hits the stop block. Now, I'll bring the clamp down, tighten it up, make sure we're right on the end stop, and clamp it up. Now we're ready to go to our stones. I'm going to put a little water on my coarsest stone. This is why you don't want to spend a lot of time and money making your sharpening board, because it is going to get wet and it isn't going to last forever. We're going to put some water on there and we're going to work on that medium coarse stone until we have a single facet bevel. I'm just kind of moving across the stone so that we use more of the surface. And we'll check it. There's just a tiny little remnant of the old micro bevel still there, so we're going to work on that a little bit more. Okay, so now we have that, a nice single facet bevel all the way to the end. Now we're ready to advance to the next stone, which in the case of the Shaptons is the green one. A little water on the purple stone, and we'll go to that. From the wine stone, we have almost a mirror finish on that bevel. We'll go to the last step, which is a 12,000 grit, and we'll get a mirror polish on that. Now we've created a beautiful bevel, but in doing so, we've created a wire edge on the back. And that's the last thing we need to do, is remove that wire edge. So I'm going to go on to my 12,000 grit stone, hold the chisel flat, and give that a couple of strokes back and forth. That'll get rid of the burr. Now we're going to go to our leather strop, a tiny dab of honing compound on there, and now we'll polish that back. Now if we wanted to, we could put a micro bevel. The angle setting fixture has an adjustment to give you a micro bevel. Personally, I like to do it on the leather strop, just working backwards with a tiny bit more angle, and then a couple of strokes off the back again. Now let's see how this cuts. And it's not just about cutting paper. This tool is ready for fine joinery. Now folks, I hope you enjoyed our show today looking at the Woodpeckers Sharpening System. If you did enjoy the show, be sure and give us a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you always know about every one of our videos right when they come out. If you'd like to learn more about the sharpening system, there are links to the other sharpening videos right over here. There's a link to the ordering page down below in the description. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time on Woodpeckers Deep Dive.